So welcome to our live review session for English majors. I am Professor Paul Hiranio, a faculty member of the University of San Agustin here in Iloilo City. I finished my bachelor's degree in secondary education major in English at West Visayas State University, and I have a master's degree in education, major in English as a second language from UP. That's the University of the Philippines, and I have been a lecturer for 10 years. So let's start. Question number 1. A research abstract contains the blank of the findings and conclusions. A, details. B, summary. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. What's the answer? The correct answer is summary. That's letter B. So summary lang. So dapat short. Okay? Okay, question. How many pages dapat ang abstract? Yes, 1 page lang. So, do you indent when you write your abstract? Do you indent your paragraphs? No. In fact, isang paragraph lang dapat. Okay? So, when do you do your research abstract? Okay? Kailan mo susulatin ang iyong research abstract? Yes, when you're done with everything. Sa huli dapat kasi ang research abstract ay ang summary ng iyong chapter 1, ng iyong chapter 2, chapter 3, so on and so forth. Okay? And saan ito nilalagay? Sa iyong thesis or research paper sa unahan. Okay? Now let's go to question number 2. Suggestopedia is a portmanteau of A, suggestion and pedagogy, B, to suggest and to teach, C, suggestive and pediatric, D, suggestion and pedestrian. What's the answer? Okay, let me read your answer in the chat box. Okay? It's pronounced pedagogy because there are teachers who pronounce it pedagogy. It's pedagogy. The accent is on the first syllable. When you say portmanteau, it's the blending of words, okay? It's a word formation process wherein you blend 2 words. For example, smog, we have smoke and fog. Brunch, breakfast and lunch. So Suggestopedia is a portmanteau of A, suggestion and pedagogy. Okay? I have here some questions about Suggestopedia. Who developed Suggestopedia? Yes, the name of the one who developed Suggestopedia was Georgy Lozanov. Okay? And what was his profession? He was a psychiatrist. He was a doctor. He was a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist is a doctor, right? And what was his nationality? He was from Bulgaria. He was Bulgarian. Okay? Suggestopedia utilizes positive suggestion. Okay? It relies on the power of suggestion. So dapat, sa Suggestopedia, dapat ano ang na-feel ng student para maka-learn? For the student to learn more. Yes, dapat relax ang student. Dapat komportable ang student. Okay? Relaxed and comfortable. Let's talk about the physical setup. Okay? Ng classroom sa Suggestopedia. Dapat yung lights Ano? Nakabukas ba ang ilaw? Bright ba yung lights? Ano? Yes, dapat yung light, yung lighting dim. Okay? Probably you can, as a teacher, you can provide a comfortable chair there, right? Suggestopedia. Now let's go to question number 3. Metaphor is a concept based on A, an argument, B, a claim, C, an analogy, D, a fallacy. What's the answer? Okay, the correct answer is C, an analogy. Metaphor is a concept based on an analogy. Why analogy? Because you compare two things here. Okay? In metaphor, in the use of metaphor, okay, do we use as or like? No. Sa simile lang ginagamit ang as or like. Okay? In language and literature, a metaphor is a what? Yes, it is a figure of speech. Or, pag wala ang figure of speech sa mga options, anong gagamitin? Literary device, correct. So a metaphor is a figure of speech or a literary device, yes. In metaphor, is the comparison direct? Yes, direct comparison. And we compare how many things? Two things, right? And are these two things related or not? Related to each other? No, they're not related to each other. Next, question number 4. In literary criticism, literature is A, studied, B, evaluated, C, interpreted, D, all of these, E, none of this. What's the answer? Okay, the correct answer is letter D, all of this. So in literary criticism, literature is studied, literature is evaluated, and literature is interpreted. This is question number 4, right? Yes. So these are the things that you do, no, when you engage in literary criticism. Study literature, evaluate literature, and interpret literature. Okay, so what is the usual form of literary criticism? Is it a poem in a poetic form, a novel form, or what? Yes, essay, correct. Okay, who started literary criticism? No, not the Chinese, not the Egyptians. Yes, the Greeks. The Greeks started the art of literary criticism. Especially who? Okay, we can mention 2 people here. Yes, one is Aristotle, second is Plato. Okay? Plato, anong libro? Kung saan niya dinisplay ang kanyang prowess, ang kanyang talent sa literary criticism? Yes, The Republic. How about Aristotle? Anong libro? Yes, The Poetics. Poetics, yes. Another question here. In literary criticism, what do you use? Reason or emotion or feeling? Yes, reason. Sa literary criticism, walang place ang emotion. Because you analyze literature, right? You have to be objective in analyzing different literary pieces. So we use reason, not feeling or emotion. Now let's get to question number 5. Please do not make so much noise. A, I'm working. B, work. C, worked. D, have worked. What's the answer? Okay, the correct answer is letter A, I am working. Yes, Chenny is correct. Letter A. Rika is also correct. Letter A. So what is the tense here? I am working. Present. Yes, Rika, present progressive. In American English, it is called present progressive. In the Philippines, we also call it present progressive tense. But in the UK, in British English, it is called present continuous tense. Okay? How about I work? What is the tense? Yes, present simple present tense or present simple tense. How about I work? Simple past tense. Correct. I have worked. Present perfect tense. Okay, I am working. Please do not make so much noise. I am working. Has she started working? No. Has she started working? Yes. Okay. Has she finished working? Not yet. No. Is she still working? Yes. Okay, so this is the essence of the present progressive tense or the present continuous tense. You have already started doing it, you are still doing it, and you have not finished doing it yet. Present progressive tense or present continuous tense. Now let's go to question number 6. With the development of blank, human communication became more precise. A. History. B. Transportation. C. Language. D. Education. What is the answer? Okay, let me check your answer in the chat box. Yes. Crystal said language. Yes. Rika said language. Chenny said language. Yes, the correct answer is letter C, language. With the development of language, human communication became more precise. Because language here is a tool for communication. And language is a system of human communication. So as a system, what does it involve? Language is systematic because it involves what? Yes, it involves steps. Okay? Ang language po, may mga processes yan, may mga steps yan. Hindi yan kung ano-ano na lang. Hindi yan random, right? Language has a system. Language is systematic. Okay? What do you mean by human communication became more precise? It means what? It means we can say exactly what we want and how we feel because of the presence of language. Because before that, pag gesture lang, hindi yun precise. Because, like for example, you made a gesture saying that you want to drink something, and this can be interpreted in many ways. Unlike when you say it orally, na I want to eat. No, that's exact. That's precise, and you can get specific results. Now let's go to question number 7. Her voice was ever soft, gentle, and low, an excellent thing in woman. Again, her voice was ever soft, gentle, and low, an excellent thing in woman. Question, who wrote these words? A. William Shakespeare. B. Christopher Marlowe. C. Robert Burns. D. John Milton. What's the answer? Please type your answer in the chat box. Yes. Crystal said Shakespeare. Yes. Rika said Shakespeare as well. Okay, the correct answer is letter A, William Shakespeare. Her voice was ever soft, gentle, and low. An excellent thing in woman. Okay, saan po nakuha ang linyang ito? Okay? Sa anong drama? Sa anong play ni Shakespeare? Yes, King Lear. Okay, sino ang bumitaw ng linyang ito? Who said this line? Okay, sinong character? Si King Lear mismo. Yes. And who is being referred to by this line? Not Juliet, This is King Lear. It's at Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. Cordelia. Okay? Kaano-ano ni King Lear si Cordelia? Okay? Wife? No. Helper? No. Daughter. Cordelia is King Lear's daughter. Ano nangyari? Pinalayas ni King Lear si Cordelia sa play na ito. Bakit? Kasi di siya vocal sa kanyang love sa kanyang father. Because, in this story, King Lear made a love test to know kung saan niya ibibigay ang kanyang property. Because, King Lear is a king and he has vast tracts of land, probably. And he wants to give this to a daughter or to a daughter or a son o kung sino mang anak niya na mahal siya. And Cordelia in the story is not vocal about her love for her father. Unlike her two older sisters na sinasabi talaga nila orally na mahal nila ang kanilang ama, right? So in the story, because Cordelia is not vocal about her love to her father, she's banished. King Lear banished her. Okay? So, ang linyang ito ay sinabi ni King Lear na I think Cordelia here died, in the story. So, these lines, okay, ay sinabi ni King Lear nang mamatay na yung daughter niya. So the correct answer in number 7 is letter A, William Shakespeare. Okay, now let's go to question number 8. In speech, which is not one of the resonators? Okay, wait. In speech, which is not one of the resonators? A, nose. B, mouth. C, tooth. D, throat. What is the answer? Okay, in speech, which is not one of the resonators? A, nose. B, mouth. C, tooth. D, throat. Crystal said tooth. Okay, Chenny, letter C, tooth. Okay. Wait. Sorry, I have to stop once in a while because I have to accept people who are entering Zoom. Okay. In speech, again, which is not one of the resonators? A, nose. B, mouth. C, tooth. D, throat. For those who came late, I returned right away to Zoom because I forgot to record. Okay, so that's my problem now. Okay. Number 8, please type your answer in number 8, which is not one of the resonators. Nose, mouth, tooth, throat. Chenny said tooth. Crystal, tooth. Okay, some more answers? Tooth, correct. The correct answer is letter C, tooth. Okay, what are resonators? So these parts of the body vibrate. Okay? To, resonate, resonator, vibrate. Your nose, when you speak, try to touch your nose when you speak. Does it vibrate? Yes, it does. Right? Oh, your mouth also. Try to feel your mouth when you speak. Does it vibrate? Yes, it does. Your mouth vibrates when you speak. Your nose vibrates when you speak. Your throat vibrates when you speak. Because resonators vibrate. But tooth, no, right? Because it is made of hard element, right? Enamel. So the correct answer is letter C, tooth. Okay? These parts, when you say resonators again, these parts of the body vibrate in harmony with your voice. Okay, I will give you some of the resonators. Okay? Sorry. Okay. So these are some of the resonators we have. We have chest, tracheal tree, larynx, pharynx, oral cavity, your nasal cavity. Your oral cavity is your mouth, your nasal cavity is your nose, and your sinuses. So these are resonators. It means they vibrate when you speak. Okay? This is a question on speech and oral communication. Okay? So tooth is not one of the resonators. Number 9. The direct method of language teaching is sometimes called the blank. A, classical method. B, modern method. C, humanistic method. D, natural method. Direct method of language teaching. Aimee said letter D. Yes, Rika, letter D. Correct. Okay, the correct answer is letter D. Natural method. Question. In the direct method of language teaching, ginagamit ba ang L1 sa klase? Do you use your first language, your L1 in the direct method? Rika, are you sure in the direct method you use? Rika, what is your first language, Rika? Rika, where are you from? Rika, what is your first language? Bicol. You speak Bicolano. Aimee, what is your first language? What is your L1? Yes, Bicolano. How about Chenny? What is your L1? Aimee, are you sure? Aimee, taga saan ka? Your Hiligaynon is your first language. Taga saan ka, Aimee? Oh, yeah, Cotabato. Because the people of Cotabato, they speak Hiligaynon, Ilonggo. My first, I think it's very obvious that my L1 is Ilonggo, Hiligaynon, because I'm from Iloilo. You can see that, you can hear that sa accent ko. For us from Iloilo, it's difficult to speak Filipino Tagalog. We'd rather speak in English. Okay? Okay, Aimee. Pag nag-teacher ikaw and ginamit mo ang direct method, gagamit ka ba ng Ilonggo o Hiligaynon sa classroom? Remember, direct method yung ginamit mo. Will you use your L1? Aimee? No, direct nga eh. Sa direct method of language teaching, L1 is not used. The teacher should never use L1. Okay, direct method eh. Okay, in the direct method, you only use the target language, which in our case is English, right? Do not use L1. Okay? Now, question. Saan nagsimula ang direct method? Okay? Where did it originate? Did it originate in the US? Did it originate in Canada? Saan unang nagsimula ang direct method of language teaching? Okay? Sa UK, sa England. Okay, the direct method started or originated in the United Kingdom, in England. Okay, anong year? 1900. Okay? Now, I think let 2000 question What is the opposite of the direct method? O, ano ang sagot? What is the kasi sa direct method, your L1 is never used, right? So what is the opposite? Grammar crystal is correct. Grammar translation. Kasi sa grammar translation, L1 is used, tinatranslate mo nga eh, right? Your L1 is translated to your L2 or your target language. So ginagamit sa grammar translation, ginagamit ang L1. Sa direct method, hindi ginagamit ang L1. So they are opposites. Okay? Next, number 10. Beverly, what is your L1? Taga saan ka, Beverly? Manila. So sorry, the answer is already there. Typographical error. In the Philippines, this is journalism. In the Philippines, the pioneer high school papers were born in A, Cebu, B, Baguio, C, Iloilo, D, Manila. The correct answer is already there. It's Manila. Okay? The pioneer high school newspaper, school publication, high school publication ay nasa Manila. Okay? Dito nagsimula ang high school publication sa Pilipinas. Okay? Ang title ng kauna-unahang high school publication ay ng newspaper, at ito po yung yung title, The Coconut. That's the name of the first high school newspaper in the Philippines. Remember, one of the topics sa LET is campus journalism, right? This was a LET question. Ano ang kauna-unahang high school publication sa Pilipinas? Ano ang sagot? The Coconut. Okay? Who was its editor? I'm typing. The first editor of the Coconut was Carlos P. Romulo, right? Remember Carlos P. Romulo? The first Filipino, the first Asian to become the president of the UN General Assembly. He was the first editor of the Coconut, the first ever high school publication in the Philippines. Okay? Wait. Anong school? Anong school ito? It's the Ateneo? Hindi. No. Chenny, not Ateneo. Public school ito. It's the name of the school is Old Manila High School. Old Manila High School. Now, tinatawag itong Araulio. I'm not sure. This one. Araulio High School. I don't know if you are familiar. Those from Manila, if you are familiar with Araulio High School, yes. That's the Old Manila High School. Okay. Araulio High School. Let's test your knowledge regarding some of the famous, publications, campus publications in the Philippines. Now, ano ang tawag sa campus publication, sa university publication ng UP? Ano ang tawag sa college publication ng UP? Senator Santiago, Miriam Defensor Santiago was the first woman editor-in-chief of this college publication. Ano ang tawag? What do you call the university publication of the University of the Philippines? Any idea? It's the Philippine Collegian. Ito po yung university publication ng UP, the Philippine Collegian. Ang UST, alam niyo ba kung ano ang tawag sa publication ng UST? It's the Varsitarian. Wait, I'm typing. Ang UST, ang kanilang publication is the Varsitarian. Ang Ateneo, ang publication nila is the Gidon. Okay? UP, the Philippine Collegian. UST, University of Santo Tomas, the Varsitarian. Ateneo, the Gidon. Remember these things because campus journalism is one of the topics left. Next, number 11. I have here some more information about the coconut. Sorry. The coconut, the first mimeograph student paper in the country of the old Manila High School, now Araulio High School, born in the school year 1911 to 1912. Question number 11. Developmental reading, A, is a systematic instruction. B, is not a systematic instruction. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. What is the answer? Okay, correct answer is A, systematic instruction. Okay? Why systematic? Because there are rules. There are theories. There are concepts. Hindi kung ano-ano na lang yung ibinibigay na lesson sa developmental reading. Okay? Now, question. Para kanino ang developmental reading? Okay? Why do we have developmental reading? This is designed for which group of people? Okay? Saan tinuturo ang developmental reading? Because we have many kinds of reading instruction, right? Yung developmental reading, para kanino ito? Sa graduate students, those who have advanced knowledge of the reading process, para kanino yung developmental reading? Beginning readers, para sa mga struggling readers. Kahit hindi na beginning readers, kahit high school na, pero struggling pa rin, still, these people have difficulty as far as reading is concerned. They find it difficult to comprehend text. So we give them developmental reading. Okay? Para sa mga struggling readers. Now, the question is kung okay na ang reading skill ng bata, kung okay na ang reading skill ng bata, kailangan pa ba ng developmental reading? Pag okay na yung reading skill ng bata, kailangan pa bang bigyan ng developmental reading lessons? No need na. No need na. No need na. Right? Kasi, no need na. Kasi ang developmental reading is remedial instruction siya. Sa mga di marunong or may problema, remedial. So, pag okay na ang reading skill ng bata, hindi na kinana ng remediation, right? Next. Question number 12. The birds told me, wait. Okay, wait. The birds told me that you are going, sorry, typographical error. The birds told me that you are going to distant lands. Which figure of speech is at play here? A, simile, B, metaphor, C, personification, D, hyperbole. What's the answer? Beverly said letter C, personification, and that is the correct answer. Personification. Do birds speak? Tao lang naman yung nagsasalita, right? So this is personification. You give human attributes to non-human objects, things, etc. Now let's go to question number 13. In play production, this is theater. Some people pronounce it theater. In play production, blank help the actors to understand their characters. A, blocking sessions. B, reading sessions. C, technical dress rehearsals, or what we call PDR. D, all of these. E, none of these. Okay, what is the correct answer? Letter B, correct. Reading sessions. Yes, I'm correct. Okay, now what is the other term for reading session? Ano ang binabasa sa reading session sa teatro? Script. In other words, the other name, the other term for reading session is script reading. The other term for reading session is script reading. Okay? Reading here helps to improve the memory of the actors. Next, number 14. He, A, drive, B, drive, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. So the answer, this is very basic. Correct. He, pag isa lang, ang verb may S. Okay? Pag marami, they, drive, ang verb walang S. Next, number 15. I am a Filipino. It came out in the let, I think, 4 times. This question, I am a Filipino, came out in the let 4 times. This is a favorite. I am a Filipino, inheritor of the glorious past, hostage to the uncertain future. Who said these words? A. Jose Rizal, B. Manuel L. Quezon, C. Carlos P. Romulo, D. Graciano Lopez Haina. The answer, correct, Carlos P. Romulo. Okay? Ano ang title ng literary selection na ito? What is the title of this literary selection? What's the title? Can you give me the title of this literary selection? Written by General Carlos P. Romulo. The title is I Am a Filipino. Crystal is correct. Now, see, I told you earlier that Carlos P. Romulo was a Filipino diplomat. He was the president of the UN General Assembly. Okay? The line here shows that the Philippines has a rich what? The line here shows that the Philippines has a rich what? Inheritor of a glorious past, hostage to the uncertain future. It shows here that the Philippines has a rich what? Resources? What? Traditions? What? What is the answer? Rich what? History, correct. Patrice is correct. Inheritor of a glorious past. Glorious past. Rich history. Now, how does the author view the future? Positive, negative? How does the author view the future? Positive or negative? Positive. Crystal, not positive. He says here, hostage to the uncertain future. Uncertain, hindi sigurado. So it's negative. Okay, uncertain is negative. Correct. Let's continue. Number 16. Which of the following is more general or abstract? A. Literary criticism. B. Literary theory. C. Both A and B. D. Neither A nor B. Which is more general or more abstract? In other words, saan dito yung higher na concept? And saan dito yung specific na concept? Correct. Letter B, Beverly, is correct. Literary theory is more abstract because this concept is higher, right? Literary criticism is based on literary theory. Okay, kasi theory so abstract, general. Next, number 17. Audiolingualism is a method of language teaching which is based around the blank. A. Repetition of correct sentences. B. Production of original sentences. C. Articulation of speech ideas. D. Pronunciation of difficult words. Audiolingualism. What is the correct answer? Beverly, A. Chenny, Rika is A. Correct. Repetition of correct sentences. Letter A. Sa anong learning theory associated ang audiolingualism. Sa anong learning theory associated behaviorism, right? Pag behaviorism, paulit-ulit, no? Repetition of correct sentences. Repetition, habit formation for mastery, for perfection. So behaviorism, paulit-ulit. The correct answer is letter A, repetition of correct sentences. Continue. Number 18. Printing was invented in A, Germany, B, India, C, Egypt, D, China. What is the correct answer? Germany, Rika? Are you sure, Chenny? Letter A, Germany? Correct. Beverly, China. Printing was invented in China. Under what dynasty? The Han Dynasty. From China, it spread to Europe, right? Specifically in what country? From China, it spread to Europe. Specifically in what country? From China to what country in Europe? It's Germany, right? And who was responsible? Yes, Chenny is correct, Germany. And somebody from Germany improved it. Sino? Sino ang nag-improve nito sa Germany? Just give me even the family name only. Sino nag-improve nito sa Germany? It's Johann Gutenberg. Si Gutenberg. Correct. Rika is correct. Johann Gutenberg. Okay? So, but printing was not invented in Germany. It was invented in China. And from China, it spread to Germany. It was developed. Printing was further developed by Johann Gutenberg. Okay, number 19. A brainstorming activity is done in order to A, generate ideas, B, choose ideas, C, judge ideas, D, make ideas. What is the answer? Brainstorming? Yes, correct. Generate ideas. Letter A. When you brainstorm, you generate ideas, you gather ideas. Now, question regarding brainstorming. Do you do it alone or with a group of people? When you brainstorm, do you do it alone or with a group of people? Group. So, hindi ka pwede mag-brainstorm alone? That's my question. Hindi ka pwede mag-brainstorm. Yes, Beverly, correct. Pwede ka din mag-brainstorm alone. Right? Pwede. For example, pupunta ka ng Europe next month, no? Mag-brainstorm ka alone kung ano mga gagawin mo doon. Yes, pwede. According to this book, Academic Reading and Writing by Dr. Jesse Barrett, you can also do brainstorming alone. So, brainstorming can be an individual activity or a group activity. Pwede, yes. Now, in brainstorming, do you reject ideas? One of your group mates said something, hindi pwede yun. Do you reject ideas when you do brainstorming? No. Accept lang ng accept. Yes, accept lang ng accept. Then later you choose which ideas are better, right? Among the rest. Okay? So in brainstorming, you don't reject ideas. You just accept ideas. Number 20. Which of the following is extremely important in voice production? A, speech control. B, muscle control. C, breath control. D, language control. Voice production. This is speech and oral communication in English. Speech control, Hmm? The correct answer is breath control. Breath control is extremely important in voice production. When we want to speak, what do we do first? Okay? When we want to speak, what do we do first? We inhale, right? Before speaking, we inhale. Then, when we start speaking, okay? When we start speaking, ano na? Inhale or exhale? Pag nagsimula na tayong mag-utter ng words, nasa exhale na tayo. Correct. Exhale na. Pag start pa lang, kukuha tayo ng hangin. Right? Inhale. Then when we start uttering words, exhale na. Right? If you have breath control, it gives you flexibility of your voice. Okay? Without breath control, your speaking voice may sound winded or weak. So breath control is extremely important in voice production. Continue. Can you hear the clicks coming from the roof? This sentence contains A, a pejorative word, B, an onomatopoeic word, C, a proverbial word, D, a clip word. What is the answer? Correct. Onomatopoeia. Correct answer is letter B. Right. You are correct, letter B. Okay, onomatopoeia, the word resembles the sound. Okay, usually animal noises like oink, meow, roar, or object noises like click and splash. Now, my question here is, so we have animal voices, animal noises, and object noises. Now, my question is, ano itong pejorative word? Letter A, any idea what a pejorative word is? Alam nyo ba kung ano ang pejorative word? Letter A? Pejoratives. Pejorative word. Okay, for example, I will give you an example. He is, okay, thrifty. Okay? Kung ayaw mong gumasta, di ba sabi nila, ano ka? Thrifty ka, right? Or sometimes kung ayaw mong gumasta, you are also stingy. You are also stingy, right? Okay, in a general sense, thrifty and stingy mean the same, right? But which one is positive, thrifty or stingy? They mean the same. Ayaw mong gumasta. You don't want to spend money. Okay? They mean the same. Pero alin dito ang positive? Thrifty or stingy? Please type your answer. Thrifty yung positive, correct? Yung stingy, kuripot is negative. So, therefore, yes, thrifty is positive. Yung stingy, kuripot is negative. So, ang negative meaning or ang negative word is called pejorative. So, you say that stingy is the pejorative of thrifty. Okay? That is the meaning of the concept pejorative word in English. 22. 22 is campus journalism. The newspaper enjoys wide readership because of A, the scope of its contents, B, the variety of its contents, C, the depth of its contents, D, all of these, E, none of these. What's the answer? Please type your answer in the chat box for question number 22. B, D, Chenny said letter D, Beverly said letter D, Rika said letter B. The correct answer is letter D, all of these. Okay? Okay, what do you call, let's talk about newspaper first. Pag maliit ang newspaper, ano ang tawag doon? What do you call a small size newspaper? Sa journalism, what do you call a small size newspaper? Like Bandera, Tik-Tik, Bulgar, no? What do you call these? Tabloid, correct. Pag tabloid, correct. Pag malaki ang newspaper, ano ang tawag? Like the Philippine Star or the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Pag malaki ang size, ano ang tawag? Pag maliit, you call it tabloid. Pag malaki, ano ang tawag? It's broadsheet. You call it broadsheet. Okay? A big size newspaper is called a broadsheet. A small size newspaper is called a tabloid. Now, the first newspaper came from which country or which city in the world? Saan nagmula ang pinakaunang newspaper sa mundo? Saan? Anong syudad o anong bansa? Correct answer is Rome. It's Rome. The first newspaper was called Acta Journa. The first newspaper was Acta Journa. It was published by Julius Caesar. Acta Journa from Rome. The first newspaper in the world. Acta Journa. Okay? Question number 23. I eat blank every day. A, banana. B, a banana. C, a bananas. D, all of these. E, none of this. Is very basic. The answer, number 23. Okay. I eat Beverly, banana without a. Are you sure? Letter B. Yes, a banana, letter B. Okay. Now, let's talk about A and an. Okay, anong part of speech na classify sila? What part of speech yes, it's article, correct. And there are two kinds of articles. What are the two kinds of articles? Ano ang dalawang uri na What are the two kinds of articles in the English language? There are two kinds of articles. What are they? Definite and indefinite, correct. Okay. How many definite articles do we have, Chenny? How many definite articles do we have in the English language? Isa lang. And what is that word? What is the definite article? The. Okay, how many indefinite articles do we have in the English language? Ilang indefinite articles do we have? Dalawa. What are they, Chenny? A and an. Correct. Okay. Just a review of the structure. Remember, another topic sa another coverage is the structure of the English language, the structure of English. Question number 24. Stephen Crane said, it's not pronounced Stephen, it's Stephen. Stephen Crane said, do not weep, maiden. Zoom is about to end. Please wait for 5 minutes or so. Okay. Please wait for 5 minutes or so. Then rejoin. Okay. I think let's just wait for Zoom to end because ayokong ma-cut yung discussion for number 24. Kaya pa? Are you still okay? Or are you already tired? Kaya pa? Yes, laban. Yes, that's the spirit. Laban. Para sa future. Yes. Sorry, let's just wait for Zoom to end. We are now in number, okay, 24. Stephen Crane said, "Do not weep, maiden, for war is A. Worse, B. Hell, C. Deadly, D. Kind." Okay, this is let 2008. Okay, Stephen Crane said, wait, let me check your chat. Okay, okay. Yes, Beverly said, Beverly said letter D. Chenny said letter D. Okay, that is the correct answer. War is kind. Okay. Do not weep, maiden, for war is kind. Okay. Question. Did Stephen Crane actually mean it when he said war is kind? Totoo ba yung no? Therefore, what literary device is involved here? Irony, correct. Irony, correct. Yes, it's irony na the literary device at play here is irony. Hindi talaga war, hindi talaga kind yung war, right? This this is an ironic statement from Stephen Crane. Wait, now let's analyze first. Stephen Crane was a poet, right? Novelist, short story writer. What was his nationality? He was American, right? Stephen Crane was American. Um, Question, saan nanggaling ang quote na ito? Do not weep, maiden, for war is kind. Saan nanggaling? It came from a book, right? It came from a book written by Stephen Crane, published in 1899. But what's the name of that book? What's the title of the book? War is kind. Correct. Crystal, War is kind. Yes. Now, let's talk about the story. Okay. Ang babae dito, ang babae dito ay may lover, right? Ang babae, so sa story ng War is Kind, ang babae ay may lover. Ano ang profession ng kanyang lover? Soldier, correct. And ano ang nangyari sa lover ng babae na soldier? What happened to the lover of the woman? Ano ang nangyari sa lover ng babae? Namatay sa digmaan. Namatay sa digmaan. Correct. Got killed. Okay. So Stephen Crane here tells the woman not to cry because war is kind. And actually, this is an irony. Because actually, the truth is, ang opposite nito ay yung sinabi ni Buddha. Ano ang sinabi ni Buddha? War is hell. If Stephen Crane said that war is kind, Gautama Buddha said war is hell. Okay, so this is irony. Now let's go to question number 25. Communicative competence is about a language user's A, grammatical knowledge, B, social knowledge of language, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. Okay, what's the answer? Letter A. Communicative competence is grammatical knowledge of language. Marie Chris is correct. Both A and B. The correct answer here is letter C. Okay. Let's analyze communicative competence. 1960, who is considered to be the father of modern linguistics? Sino ang ama ng makabagong linguistika? Who is the father of modern linguistics? Can you tell me who the father of modern linguistics is? Chomsky, correct. Ano ang sabi ni Chomsky? Ano ang sabi ni Chomsky? Sabi ni Chomsky, good English speaker ka if you know the rules of grammar. If your grammar is good, if your vocabulary is good, if your sound system is good, then you are good. You are a good English speaker. We call this grammatical competence or linguistic competence. Pag grammatical competence, Chomsky yan. Pag good grammar, perfect vocabulary, perfect pronunciation, that's linguistic competence. But is that enough? Is that enough for you to be considered a good English speaker? What if perfect ang grammar mo, perfect ang vocabulary mo, pero bastos ka naman, right? Hindi ka marunong sa social rules ng language. Hindi ka rin good English speaker if that is the case, right? Right? Sabi ni Delheims, no. Linguistic competence is not enough. Sabi ni Delheims, dapat social-linguistic competence din. Dapat alam mo ang rules, ang social rules, kung kailan ka mag-use ng formal English, ng informal English, you know how to use polite expressions. That is social-linguistic competence. Linguistic competence is not enough. Dapat meron din social-linguistic, social rules of language. That's Delheims, right? And it was actually Delheims who coined the term communicative competence. Wait. He coined this in 1966. Communicative competence ni Delheims. Then, ang idea ni Delheims ng communicative competence was further developed in 1980s, I think 82, 83, by Canal and Swain. Canal and Swain developed the 4 areas of communicative competence. Can you give me the 4 areas of communicative competence is developed by Canal? Yeah, linguistic competence is one. What else? Yeah, linguistic. What else? There are 4. Social linguistic competence, correct. What else? Strategic competence, correct. Strategic competence, one more. I need to see one more. Discourse competence, correct. Hindi lang puro perfect grammar, hindi lang puro perfect vocabulary, hindi lang puro perfect pronunciation. There are 4 areas, okay, as developed by Canal and Swain. I think 1983, I'm not sure, 82, 83, okay? So dapat, communicative competence is about a language user's first, grammatical competence, and second, social knowledge of language use. So the correct answer here is letter C, both A and B. Ang discourse, Marie Chris, what do you mean by discourse competence? When you say discourse competence, alam mo yung magtagpi-tagpi ng words from words to phrases, to sentences, to longer articles, to longer speeches. We call this discourse competence. You know how to weave words, how to write longer articles. You call that discourse competence. Strategic competence is pag may breakdown, pag hindi mo na alam yung sasabihin mo, you know how to cope with the language gap. That is strategic competence. For example, nag-speech ikaw yung graduation speaker. Suddenly, hindi mo ma-memorize yung speech mo, ano gagawin mo? Iiyak ka? Pag umiyak ka, wala kang Pag umiyak ka, wala kang strategic competence. Hindi mo alam kung paano bigyan ng solusyon ang problema, right? You use fillers, for example, right? You repair language breakdowns. You call that strategic competence. Let's continue. '26. In play production, after the final curtain, lights are A, brightened on the stage, B, darkened on the stage, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. The correct answer is already there, brightened. Final curtain, after the final curtain, lights are brightened. Letter A. Kasi why brighten? Because end of the presentation na, end of the play, and ipapakilala na ang mga actors, right? And members of the crew. So dapat bright na yung stage. 27. It refers to the connection of ideas at the conceptual level. Conceptual level means thoughts, right? Theories. A, unity. B, cohesion. C, organization. D, coherence. What's the answer? Connection of ideas at the conceptual level. What's the answer? Letter D, correct. Coherence. Letter D. Ang cohesion naman, actually they are used interchangeably. Cohesion and coherence. When you say cohesion, you use transitional devices to connect words, to connect phrases, to connect sentences. So you use transitional devices like moreover, however, furthermore, so on and so forth. Okay? Pag smooth ang transition mo sa sentences, sa phrases, you call that cohesion. Pero sentence lang yun, words lang yun. Pag ideas na ang smooth, no, conceptual level, concept, it's not cohesion anymore, it's already coherence. Okay? What if okay naman yung yung transition ng words mo, pero hindi ka naman maintindihan? Walang cohesion of ideas? Wala kang may cohesion ka, pero wala kang coherence. They're not the same. These two concepts are not the same, although they look the same, but they're not the same. Next, 28. This is the section of a research paper which describes the experiments or tests conducted. A, introduction. B, review of related literature. C, methodology. D, conclusion. 28. The correct answer is letter C, methodology. Anong chapter yan ng iyong research paper, na iyong thesis? Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, ang methodology. Okay, chapter 3. Chenny, it's chapter 3. Rika, chapter 4, results and discussion, chapter 4. Methodology is chapter 3. Chapter 1 is introduction or the problem. Chapter 2 is RRL, review of related literature. Okay, next, number 29. In the Philippines, this is a mental game where children are trained to observe the environment in an imaginative and creative way. Again, mental game. A, salawikain. B, alibata. C, loa. D, bugtong. What's the answer? This is Philippine literature. Yes, correct answer is bugtong, or in English, ano yung English ng bugtong? Riddle, correct. Ang letter A, salawikain. Ano ang English ng salawikain? Salawikain? Ano ang English translation ng salawikain? It's proverb, right? Salawikain is proverb. Alibata, the ancient Filipino alphabet. Luwa is used during wakes. No? Pag may namatay, ginagamit ang luwa. Yeah, it's joustic. Luwa is joustic poetry. Okay? Next, 30. When you are blasting fire, wait, sorry. When you are blasting fire, you are A, extremely happy, B, extremely sad, C, extremely excited, D, extremely angry. What's the answer? Blasting fire. Correct. Crystal is letter D, extremely angry. Letter D. Fire has always been a symbol of hatred or anger. 31. There are two basic factors that affect the readership of a newspaper. What are they? A, content and prestige. B, prestige and layout. C, layout and type of paper used. D, content and layout. Okay? Pag bumili ka ng newspaper, anong dalawang consideration ang dapat mong isipin? Okay? Letter Chenny, letter D. Crystal, letter D. Rika, letter D. Correct. First, you buy a newspaper for the news, right? That's content. News, content. Then, okay, maraming newspaper ang nasa hilera, right? Nasa newspaper stand. Ano yung pipiliin mo? Siyempre, yung may malaking pictures, glossy ang paper, maraming colors, bold ang print. Anong tawag doon? Layout. So the correct answer is letter D. Content and layout. 32. The day is cold and dark and dreary. It rains and the wind is never weary. A. Who wrote these lines? A. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. B. Edgar Allan Poe. C. William Cullen Bryant. D. Geoffrey Chaucer. What's the answer? Number 32. Okay, first. Saan nanggaling ang linyang ito? These are lifted lines from what poem? Saan nanggaling ang linyang ito? Ang mga linyang ito. There are two lines here. Okay? And it came from a poem entitled The Rainy Day. Okay? Sinong sumulat? The Rainy Day, the writer was Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. The answer is letter A. Okay? Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Okay, let's analyze. Based sa linyang ito, the day is cold and dark and dreary. It rains and the wind is never weary. Okay, ano ang mood ng linyang ito, ng mga linyang ito? Positive, negative? You try to analyze. Ano ang mood? Negative, correct. Dark, cold, dreary, right? Okay. Ano ang theme? Ano ang theme? Pwede bang nature ang theme dito? Look at the lines, look at the words. Pwede bang nature ang theme dito? Yes or no? Pwede ba? Pwede bang yes? Because, rain, right? You're talking about the rain, right? Nature. And rain has, rain has a negative connotation, If it rains, it's gloomy, right? So the themes include nature, emotion, depression, even depression. Okay, the tone is gloomy. Okay, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was an American poet. Let's continue. 33. Syntax in English is the arrangement of words and phrases in a random order, B, a specific order, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. What's the answer? Correct, letter B, specific order. Okay, letter B. Why? Kasi, why specific order? Kasi sa syntax, pag, if you change, in syntax, if you change the order of a word, the meaning changes. Diba? So, dapat, specific order. Because once you change the arrangement of words, when you change the location of a word in a sentence, the meaning also changes. Okay? That's why in syntax, the arrangement of words and phrases are in a specific order. Hindi po random. Next, 34. Jane is blank. She has nothing to do. A, bored. B, boring. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. What's the answer? Jane is blank. She has nothing to do. A, bored. Correct. Now, let's analyze. The subject here is structure of English. Again, structure of English is a let topic. Okay. Structure of English. Anong figure of anong part of speech ito? Bored, boring. Are they nouns? Are they verbs? Are they okay, adjective. Now, Chenny adjective. Ang bored, anong klaseng adjective ito? We have bored and boring. Ang bored, anong klaseng adjective ito? Answer, please. Descriptive. Yeah. But we're talking about structure. Structure. Structure of English. Based sa kanyang structure. Ang bored, ang boring is present participle adjective. Ang bored is past participle adjective. Right? Past participle adjective. Wait. So we have here present participle adjective, that's boring, and past participle adjective, which is bored. Now, wait. Jane is bored because something is boring, or something makes her bored. But when you say Jane is bored, Jane is boring, it means somebody, it means when you say Jane is boring, it means she makes somebody bored. Okay, that's the difference between present participle adjective and past participle adjective. The difference is on the effect you have on people. Okay, let's have some exercise. If she is, I will give you choices. I will type the choices in the chat box. We have infuriating and infuriated. Infuriating and infuriated. Infuriate is angry. Okay? Galit. Okay. My sentence is, if she is angry, she is what? Infuriating or infuriated? If she is angry, she is what? Infuriating or infuriated? Correct. Infuriated. Correct. She makes me angry. Okay? She is blank. Infuriating. Correct. So the difference is on the effect you have on people. Continue. 35. Graphic organizers are A, textual representations, B, conceptual representations, C, lexical representations, D, sorry, the answer is already there. Visual representations. I click the answer right away. Letter D, visual. Kasi ang graphic organizer ay mga drawings, charts, diagrams. So these are visual representations rather. So what do graphic organizers do? What do? They They organize information. Okay, if you want to compare and contrast ideas, anong graphic organizer ang gagamitin? If you want to compare Venn diagram, correct? Venn diagram. If you want to show how events happen chronologically, okay, for example, Philippine history, what graphic organizer will you use? If you want to show how events happen, timeline, correct? Crystal is correct, timeline. Okay, continue. 36. Which of the following words is not accented on the first syllable? I will not give the oral, I will not say the options orally so that you can analyze which answer is correct. Okay, which of the following words is not accented on the first syllable? Answer, please. Okay, so let's pronounce the options. Crystal said letter A. Chenny, letter A. How about others? Okay, letter A is govern. Okay, govern, first syllable. Letter B, access, first syllable. Letter C, argue. Argue. Okay? Letter C, argue, is first syllable. Letter D, this is number what? Number 36? Wait. Sorry. So letter D is dictate. Dictate. Okay, letter D is second syllable. So the correct answer is letter D. Dictate. Letter A, govern. First syllable. Letter B, access. First syllable. Letter C, argue. We don't say argue. We say argue. First syllable. And letter D, dictate. Second syllable. So the correct answer here is letter D. Dictate. 37. In play production, the seats in the auditorium, A, have to be arranged. B, do not have to be arranged. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. What's the answer? Crystal said letter A have to be arranged. Okay. The question here, the let question here is, okay, what do you call this type of seating arrangement? Okay, what do you call this type of seating arrangement used during play presentations? Okay? Ano ang tawag sa seating arrangement na ito? Okay? The answer is theater type seating arrangement. Okay, that's the name, that's the term for this kind of seating arrangement, theater type seating arrangement. Are there tables here? Do we have tables in this type of seating arrangement? No, walang table. Okay? Do the chairs, okay? Do the chairs face different directions? Do the chairs face different directions? No. Saan dapat ang direksyon ng chairs? Facing what? The stage, correct. Okay, so in other words, it is also known as the stadium seating or the auditorium seating arrangement. 38. A figure of speech is A, the use of common words in an ordinary way. B, a deviation from the ordinary use of words. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. What's the answer? Figure of speech, letter B, correct. Deviation. I'm sorry, the answer there is letter B. This is a typographical error. The answer here is letter B, not letter C. Okay? Why deviation? Because words are used differently. Used differently, a deviation. Hindi usual ang pagkakagamit ng mga words sa figure of speech, right? Kasi iba ang meaning. Okay? Ang meaning ay hindi literal, kundi figurative. Right? Next, 39. Venn diagram is used to A, discuss and judge ideas, B, compare and contrast ideas, C, organize and select ideas, D, itemize and classify ideas. The correct answer is, I already discussed this. Venn diagram is used to compare and contrast ideas. Question. Bakit itong tinawag na Venn diagram? Sino ba si Venn? Bakit itong tinawag na Venn diagram? Spelled V-E-N-N. Who is Venn or who was Venn? Okay? Venn diagram was popularized by John Venn. That's why we call this graphic organizer Venn diagram, because it was popularized by John Venn. What year? 1880s. Okay. Venn diagram. How many circles are there sa Venn diagram? Chenny, dalawang circle lang. 2 circles. Yung 2 circles nag-overlap, right? Forming another circle, but there are just 2 circles. Ang isang circle nag-overlap lang. Okay? Therefore, based on this, ang Venn diagram ay hindi talaga unang ginamit sa language. Ginamit ito sa ibang subject. Anong subject kaya ito? You have circles there, you compare and contrast. Okay? Saang subject kaya unang ginamit ang Venn diagram? Hindi English, hindi language subject. Math. Okay, math, correct. To show relationships in probability, number sets, sets in your probability and statistics class. Science, hindi. Math, you remember sets, yung lesson nyo sa sets, sa probability and statistics na subject, logic, okay? Later, in-adapt ng linguistics. Okay? Now, let's go to question number 40. It refers to the production of sound by proper breathing. A, resonance. B, articulation. C, speech. D, pronunciation. Resonance, articulation, proper breathing, it's resonance. That's why, remember, in our discussion earlier, resonator. Breathing being an important element in speech production, resonance. Letter A. 41. Sign languages, A, have a phonological system. B, do not have a phonological system. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. Remember phonology? When you say phonology, classification of sounds, the study of sound. But we are talking here of sign language. Walang sound. So ano? Ang sign language ba may phonological system o wala? Meron. Beverly is correct. Oh? No, Beverly. The correct answer actually is letter A. Sorry. Sign languages have also a phonological system. Letter A. Kasi sa sign language, although walang production of sound, pero parang nagsasalita ka rin using non-verbal language, using gestures, sa iyong gestures, may sound pattern dyan. Only that, the sound pattern is only mentally, right? It's not produced physically. Walang articulation. Walang speech production. But there is a mental phonological system in your mind. Okay? Ang mga deaf people, ang mga deaf and mute people, they also have this sound pattern sa kanilang utak. Although there is no physical production of sound. Therefore, sign languages have a phonological system as well. Okay? Next, 42. Alone, alone, alone on a wide, wide sea. Who wrote this line? A. Walt Whitman. B. Alfred Lord Tennyson. C. William Shakespeare. D. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. What's the answer? Correct. Letter D. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. From what poem? The Rime. This is a very famous poem, The Rime of Ancient Mariner. Okay? The Rime of Ancient Mariner by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Ano ang nationality ni Samuel Taylor Coleridge? English. From England. Hindi siya American. Samuel Taylor Coleridge founded a famous literary movement. Ano yon? Anong literary movement ang sinimulan ni Samuel Taylor Coleridge? Very famous literary movement, Romanticism. Actually, co-founder siya ng Romanticism movement sa literature. Romanticism played a major role in the history of literature. It was co-founded by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, the one who wrote The Rime of Ancient Mariner, where we got this line, alone, alone, alone in a wide, wide sea. Okay? 43. La Solidaridad was printed in A. Manila, Philippines, B. Hong Kong, C. Paris, France, D. Barcelona, Spain. What is the correct answer? Letter D, correct. Barcelona, Spain. Yes, letter D. La Solidaridad was the official newspaper of what movement in Philippine history? It was the official newspaper of what movement in Philippine history? Propaganda movement. Chenny is correct. Who? Not Katipunan. Ang newspaper ng Katipunan ay Kalayaan. The official mouthpiece, the official newspaper of Katipunan was Kalayaan. Zoom will end in 1 minute. Please wait, then rejoin. Maybe 5 minutes. Okay? Let's stop here for a while. Let's just wait for Zoom to end. Then rejoin after 5 minutes. To give time for recording to get saved in the computer. Are you still okay? Time check, it's 10:18. Yeah. Kaya. Okay, let's continue. Last set. Can you hear me?
Yes po.
Okay, sige. My Tagalog has really that signature Ilonggo accent. You call this in English language, negative language transfer or language interference. Your first language interferes with your second language. Okay, let's continue. 43, La Solidaridad, right? It was printed and it was published in Barcelona, Spain. The first editor of La Solidaridad was Graciano Lopez Ayla, and after that, he was succeeded by Marcelo H. Del Pilar. But it was actually Lopez Haina who started the leadership of La Solidaridad, being its first editor. Let's continue. Number 44. A complementary clause. This is correspondence. When you say correspondence, the art or the science of letter writing. A complementary clause is an expression used to A, begin a letter, B, end a letter, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. What is your answer? Let me check your answer in the chat box. Correct answer is to end a letter. Correct. Letter B. I have some questions here regarding complementary clause. This is question number 44. Wait. So, sa letter, saan nilalagay ang complementary clause? Sa dulo, right? Towards the end of the letter. Because it says here, it is an expression used to end a letter. Now, after ng complementary clause, ano ang makikita mo? It's not the end yet, actually. Meron pang element sa dulo after ng complementary clause. Anong tawag doon? Some examples of, well, sorry, wait. Somebody wants to enter. Okay, and one example of a complementary clause is respectfully yours, very truly yours, sincerely. Okay? Then after that, meron pang isang element ng or isang part ng letter. Ano yon? After ng complementary clause. Answer please. It's signature. Very truly yours, John Smith, right? Now, it came out in the let. I think 2000, before 2010. Ang question sa let was, how many spaces should you put between the complementary clause and the signature? Since, di ba, sincerely yours, John. So, dapat may space. Ang question, ilang spaces ba ang ilalagay between sa complementary clause and sa signature? Answer, 2. Pag Rika, pag 2 medyo walang space. 1, too tight ang space pag 1. Dapat at least, dapat 4 spaces between the complementary clause and signature. 4 spaces dapat. Okay? What is the most common, another let question, what is the most common format sa business writing? Business letter. What's the most common format? The most common format is the block format, right? Block format. Sa block format ba, flush left, flush right, or justified? Sa block format. Ang block format is flushed left or right? I think it's right. Left, yeah, flush left, yes. Pag right dito. Then we don't use indentions. We don't indent when we use the block format. Okay? Let's continue. 45. They arrived. A, on 5. B, in 5. C, at 5. D, all of these. E, none of these. The answer. This is the correct use of prepositions. Pag exact time, anong preposition ang dapat? At, letter C, 5 o'clock. Correct. Exact time it's at 5 p.m., at 9 a.m., at midnight. Pag month, blank June, blank July, blank August. Pag month, anong preposition? In June, in July, in August. Correct. Pag days of the week, blank Monday, blank Tuesday, blank Wednesday. Days of the week, on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday. Pag complete date, there's the day of the week, there's the exact date, there's the month, and there's the year. It's on. I was born on April 11, 1982. Pag complete date, it's on. Okay. 46. Question 46. It refers to the technical aspect of writing. A, mechanics. B, diction. C, formality. D, context. Technical aspect of writing. The answer? Rika said, Crystal said letter A, mechanics. Rika said mechanics as well. Some more answers, please. Okay, the correct answer is letter A, mechanics. What is the other term for mechanics? It's convention. Another term for mechanics is convention. Okay? So what does it include? Spelling, punctuation, capitalization, abbreviation, indentation. These are all mechanics of writing. Okay, let's try to check the options. When you're talking about the situation around a particular linguistic or communication situation, ano ang tawag doon? Just look at the choices. Context, correct. The situation around a particular linguistic situation, you call it context. The correct choice of words, ano? The correct choice of words. Formality? No? Word choice. Pag choice of words, it's diction. Diction is the correct choice of words. Diction, yes, Beverly. It's diction. Now, number 47, in its restrictive sense, vocabulary is A, part of the study of grammar, B, not part of the study of grammar, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. Vocabulary? The answer, number 47, is vocabulary part of grammar? Restrictive sense. It means in its very strict sense, vocabulary is not part of grammar. Vocabulary is not part of the study of grammar. Ang vocabulary is, it has its own field. You call that lexicon, right? Lexicon. Pag vocabulary, pag words, it's lexicon. Grammar is different. That's why when you check some of the dictionaries, it says there 500,000 lexical entries. Ibig sabihin, 500,000 words. Lexical entries, lexicon, vocabulary. 48. We're almost there. 48, mythology is A, fiction, B, non-fiction, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. What's the answer? Mythology is correct, fiction. Pag isang story lang, can you consider that mythology? If you only have one story, is that mythology? No, correct. Kung isang story lang, myth lang yan. Because mythology is a collection of myths. Pag isa lang, it's myth. Pag collection of myths na, it's mythology. Okay? 49. If your speech sounds are indistinct, slurred, half swallowed, muffled, or mumbled, hindi maintindihan yung mga sinasabi mo, then you need to practice what? A, pronunciation. B, enunciation. C, voicing. D, tongue control. What's the answer? Correct. Huh? Chenny, hindi pronunciation yun. It's enunciation. Letter B. Why? What is enunciation? Enunciation is the act of pronouncing words or parts of words clearly. Clear pronunciation of words is enunciation. That's letter B. And last number. I hope 29 na ang score or more na yung score niyo diyan kasi ang sinet ko na passing is 30, hindi 25. Last number. In the appeal to force fallacy, this is logical fallacy, part of logic. Which of the following is used to argue? A, reasoning. B, divine law. C, threat. D, morality. Remember, appeal to force. Okay, fallacy. Fallacy is incorrect reasoning, right? What's the answer? Appeal to force. Threat. Correct. It's argumentum ad baculum. In Latin, this is argumentum. Wait, argumentum ad baculum. Appeal to force or threat. Okay? If you do not, the teacher, teachers rather, are guilty of this. No? If you do not do this, I will fail you. No? That's appeal to force fallacy. Argumentum ad baculum. You use threat. You threaten students if they do not do what you want them to do, right? Threat. Okay, score please. Let me check. I hope you get a score of 30 or even higher. 41 is nice. Yeah. That's a good score. 41, 40, yes. 46. 36, it's nice. Okay. So see you. I don't know, for succeeding sessions, I will just announce. And if you're still interested. So see you. Yes. See you. I will I will edit the recorded session, then I will post this sa YouTube probably, but